So good evening all. I am Vidyasagar Khanduri from School of Civil Engineering, LPU, and today we gathered for the this Plexus 2D boot camp. And as Sir said about this boot camp is mainly for the, especially for the creating the interest in the participants, so they are get the interest in the Plexus, and then we'll try to uh, organize a new one massive and the detailed program for the Plexus 2D. Actually, this 2D it is in our college, in a school. There is the licensed version we have, but I'm using the cracked version. But we are basically giving the inputs in the that licensed version. So it is not advised to use the this cracked version in the all of the computers, because whenever you are using this for the research purpose, then they are asking for to validation. So then it needs for the licensed version. So I think I am audible for all, and this PPT is visible.
Yeah, Vidyasagar, PPT is visible. Make it into slide share
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, now it is, I think it's slasher mode. No? Yeah,
Yes,
welcome to all of you in the
okay,
Plexus.
so enjoy your session, Vidyasagar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So welcome to all of you on the this Plexus 2D boot camp organized by the School of Civil Engineering, lovely professional university, Punjab. So a few instructions for the participants that if you have any questions, you can put in the chat box, or end the session you can ask by unmuting yourself. And please keep your mic off and video also turned off. So this session is a day one session, which is the general overview and the command recognition. In Plexus 2D, you all know that there are the two versions, 2D and 3D. So we'll discuss about the 2D version. First, we'll go with the general overview. What is Plexus? How Plexus works, and what are the use, or what are the applications of this Plexus 2D, and then what are the inputs in that, some user interface, and then we'll see some outputs also, and then one small live demonstration for today. And from tomorrow onwards, we'll go with the in different applications. So here, this is the School of Civil Engineering Department blog, and Dr. Amit Srivastava is the professor and the head of the school and School of Civil Engineering. You already know, you have seen this. And the school, our department head, geotechnical engineering head, is the Dr. R.L. Sharma. He's again the professor and head of department in the geotechnical engineering department. There's a few glimpses of the university. Here you can see these are some pictures of the university. Yeah. Now this is about me. This is a short profile. I have joined the lovely professional university in 2014 and now continued. My research area is the landslide, soil stabilization, and high-speed rail, basically the geotechnical challenges in the high-speed rail, and slope stability. And I have done few projects with the students, MTech students or BTech students, like this impact of the earthquake and rainfall on slope stability in Podjoik soil. This soil is available in the Himachal, in Himachal Pradesh. And this is analysis of the landslide occurrence in the hilly areas. Then stability of the slope using the various different factor strategies. Then analysis of the landslide in the Kotropi village. This is again in the Himachal Pradesh. Then also soil stabilization, and this analysis of the flying blast. This is the major issue when we are going for the high-speed rail. For this blast tracks, and then geotechnical issues in the high-speed rail, and also this soil stabilization by the flies and the phosphogypsums, and many more. Few softwares which I have learned during my job, that is the GeoStudio, that's GeoSlope, and Plaxis, and Microsoft is there. So I am working as assistant professor in geotechnical engineering domain, and also head of labs, School of Civil Engineering. This is my contact detail. I will provide you at the end also. This is mail ID, and from in which you can ask me any query about this software. So this is the boot camp, and followed by the competitive event. Day one today we'll see the general overview and command recognitions. And tomorrow, day two, we have a load settlement in rigid footing, and flexible footing also we add in that. And then we check that how is the settlement in that, what is the stress developed in that soil due to that footing. Day three, we'll see the stage construction, excavation. And day four, we have slope stability, finding the factor of safety without and with nailing. And day five, tunnel modeling. For surface demonstration, we'll check that how the settlement and what is how the bending moment diagram or the stress diagram in the tunneling. And day 6 is the quiz competition. And you know that in last all boot camps we have the prize for the winner also and runner up also. So please attend these all sessions, and I am expecting the more and more participation in the quiz competition at the end. So as you all know that Plaxis is working on the finite element method, and this is also called as a finite element packages. So different softwares are there which is working in this FEM, like FLAC, Plaxis, Abacus, Geoslope, and these are the many more. ANSYS, I think few are familiar name are there. This Aqua 3D, ModFlow, right? And the Plaxis, you can see in this, the Plaxis is the more usable software in especially in the geotechnical engineering. ANSYS is also using by the structural engineering. And one participant is asking for the Abacus. So Abacus is I'm not sure about the Abacus because I have not used this. Geoslope I have used. This is somehow used for the slopes only, and Plaxis is used for the slopes also, and for the embankment also, for tunnel. Means there are the number of applications are there by the Plaxis. And if you go through the Plaxis 3D, so interest goes beyond the limit, because there in 3D you can see the very nicely you can predict the effect. So in this package you can see there's the FLAC, Plaxis, Abacus, Geoslope, and Oasis. So these are the means majorly used for the this geotechnical purpose. So here you can see the Plaxis is in engineering and consultancy office. This is mainly using this. Plaxis is the large one is using for that, and FLAC is also using, but others are also there, but this Plaxis is the more. Research institutes, Plaxis is also using their universities. Plaxis is used there. Contractors are also using the Plaxis for their purpose. So what is Plaxis? Plaxis is the FEM package for the analysis of the deformation and the stability purpose. It requires the advanced constitutive model for the simulation of the nonlinear, time-dependent, and anisotropic behavior of soil and rock. So normally when we are doing this type of simulations or this type of solving of the numericals, solving of the problems by hand or by analytical, so we cannot move to beyond of the isotropic, move to beyond of the time dependent, move to beyond of this linear purpose, because if we are going to the anisotropic, so assumptions are there, as I have learned during my study and during my job. Most of the things are assumption in the geotechnical field. Most of the assumptions are there. We cannot predict that, because the soil at this place, one place, is not same at the near about of 50 meter and 100 meter. So different soil is there. So we cannot do that thing by our analytical or by hand. So for that we require this type of softwares. And this is done very well of this type of problems. We can easily see that what is the movement of the settlement during the different loads. Any type of loads we can use here. Since soil is the multi-phase material, special procedures are required to deal with the hydrostatic and non-hydrostatic pore pressure in the soil. Hydrostatic, we can change the different water level in this software, and as we changing the water level, you know that water is increasing the pore water pressure, effect this neutral stress in the soil, and it is decreasing the neutral stress of the soil. And this is the reference between the saturated and unsaturated soil. So how we can get the result on that? It gives very well. Although the modeling of the soil itself is an important issue, many projects involve the modeling of a structure and the interaction between the structure and the soil. So here we can 2D is very good, but 3D also given the very different results. So in 2D also we can check how the interaction between the structure and the soil. When we talk about the nailing, in nailing, how the bond between the nailing and soil, we can easily assume and easily we can predict in this software. So Plex is equipped with the features to deal with the various aspects of the complex geotechnical problems. So which cannot do by the manually. So that for that we can use the Plexus. In the Plexus interface, we have 4 basic things. One is the input, second one is the calculations, third one is the output, and fourth one is the curve. So in input, we are providing the model, soil interface, and we are providing the structure. Then we make the mesh generation. We'll see that all. In the calculation, we provide the stage constructions, different parameters we are providing according to the purpose of that particular project or particular application. Then outputs are there, settlement, deformation, and then curves between the different parameters. So this is the important 2 things. Output and curves are the important, because input and calculation we can get from the this manual, and also we can get from the inputs given in the YouTubes. But output and curves, the analysis part is important, because whenever we are going for the research purpose, when we are going for to understand the behavior of the soil with that model, so the output and curves are the important. The input features are their interface, geogrid is there, anchors are there, boundary conditions, tunnels, loads, hinges and rotation springs, plates, higher order elements, automatic mesh generation, graphical inputs of the geometry models, and the soil behavior are given in that excess pore water pressure, ground water flow analysis, then steady state pore pressure, user defined soil models and advanced soil models, Mohr-Coulomb models, hardening soil models, soft soil creep models, materials database, and soil tests. So these all soil behavior are given in this software. Then calculation features are there, consolidation analysis we can do, stage construction we can do, calculation manager, safety factors, updated Lagrangian analysis, arc length control, automatic load stepping, parameter variations, and output features are velocities and acceleration, load displacement curve, stress path, then animations we can make from here, report generation, cross sections, structural forces and displacement, stresses, deformation, presentation and results, stress path. So these are the output features in the Plexus. So whenever we are doing the Plex analysis, so different steps are there. So first step is the get familiar using the Plexus, which we will see during this live demonstration. Then in step 1, define the model. For defining the model, we should know that one small model, that condition of the model is that footing, is that excavation, is that a tunnel, is that a slope, right? And then we assume that the input geometry, like which is called structural element, then boundary conditions are there, because we know that how much is the stress developed by that model, by that load. So we have to create that boundary just beyond of that. So which that load distribution or that distribution, stress distribution, will not cross that boundary. So boundary conditions we apply there. Then apply the loading, that prescribed displacement. Loading can be different, point load, then distributed load, or different type of loads can be provided there. Then enter the material properties. So material properties like clay, sand, silt, or different properties we can provide there. In properties, we have the unit weight, we have the cohesion of the soil, we have the angle of internal friction, and different input in the material properties. And once we are providing these all things, then we have mesh generation. So mesh generated is completed the step 1. Then we have step 2, in which we give the initial flow, boundary conditions, then generate the initial pore water pressure if it is there. Means water table is there or not, that is dependent on the condition. Then define the initial stress state, and once we are providing the this boundary conditions or this initial pore water pressure, then finally we'll go with the calculation, and then after calculation we can go for the output, right? So now Plexis is uses, where it is uses. So as we have seen, the Plexis is majorly used for in case of the geotechnical purpose, geotechnical engineering. So as we can see here, for engineering and consultancy offices, for embankment it is used, for trench and excavation, gravity walls, reinforced anchored earth wall, embedded walls, shallow surface foundations, deep foundations, tunnels it can use, water flow also, and some soil dynamics also using this Plexis. And where we are using this: engineering consultancy offices, research institutes, universities, contractors. So it is not only for the research purpose, it is also for the consultancy purpose. The contractors are also used it for the purpose of the construction or somewhere. So because we can easily get the soil structure interaction from this software. What are the different calculations we can done by this? The back calculation we can done by this. Full design we can done by this in the ULS calculation, this ultimate limit state calculation, and the SLS, serviceability limit state calculation. So both, whenever we are doing this, both design parameters, so we can check them. We can do by the Plexis. Then validation of the result obtained from the analytical methods. So nowadays you can these softwares are more reliable than the analytical methods when we go for the this research purpose and some other purpose. So softwares are more validated, that are the more reliable than the analytical methods, because it can solve the more complex problem also. So research applications, it can be used. So everywhere it is used, this Plexis software. Then this is a discretization, type of element, boundary conditions, initial conditions, choice of soil model, choice of the type of analysis, parameters determination, result interpretation, and different calculations it can done. So you can see the type of element, different type of element we can provide in it: plates, anchors, geogrids, or many more we can provide in it. And then initial conditions we can provide, choice of soil models, different type of soil models we can provide, type of analysis we can change according to the requirement, parameters also we can determine. So these all fields also used by the, so this is giving the in the this pie chart, given the different fields and how much it is used. Then this is the parametric study also done by this. comparison with the results obtained from an analytical approach. Then means the analytical approach results we can comparison with this result getting from the Plaxis, which gives us the validation of this Plaxis. Then comparison with the example from the literatures. So because already these literatures we have, and we can compare these things with this software. Experiences we can done with this, and monitoring also we can also check with this. So these are different. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are validation of the results with the Plaxis. So now we'll move to these are the these all we discussed that how this Plaxis used, what is the validation of the Plaxis. So now we can say that Plaxis is the majorly used in the geotechnical area, and today's session is basically this is the basic session. We'll discuss about the basic things in this, and it will get the interest in the participants to go with the Plaxis for this research purpose or with the different purposes. So now we'll see the interface. So first of all, what are the inputs in this? So this is the 20 version of the Plaxis 2D Connect Edition. This is the first input when we start it. So it gives us the start a new project, or open an existing project, or open a project-wise report. And it is licensed for the basic dynamic things, Plaxis flow, thermal, geotechnical select, this and entitlements you can do in this. Then once we click on the start a new projects, then we get this type of input where we have project, model, constants, then cloud services, and in title we can put here comments, and finally when we put the next, then it becomes to the model. In the model it is given the type, units are there, this contour are there, so we can fill in this, and then we come to the main interface. This is the interface where we have, this is the origin 00, and when we move the cursor here, so we can check the coordinates from this bar here. This can give the coordinates. So I have left it out here, 1 and 4. So 1 in x direction, 4 in y direction. Then here in the top, these are the file menu we can say, and this is the horizontal toolbar, this is the vertical toolbar, and these are the different stages, we can say stages or different models which we have to prepare during the construction or during the making of the model or application, like soil. Then here in soil we are providing the soil properties. In a structure we are providing the structural properties. Then mesh generation is there, and here is the flow conditions. Flow conditions, if there is available a flow water table or something. Then stage construction are there, different stage construction. If we are doing the excavations stage by stage, if we are making the embankments stage by stage, then we can use the stage construction. And here in the bottom you can see the command. This also can be used for the we'll see that where we can use this command option. And on the left side we can see the selection explorer and the model explorer. These two boxes are there, which also can use for the quick selection of the while we are giving the inputs. So from here also we can give the quick inputs from here, right? So this is the interface, and once we have prepared it, then go to the stage construction, then calculation, then outputs are there. So outputs looks like this. This is the mesh generated, while this is the simply made for a rigid foundation. The rigid foundation is here, and load is coming on the rigid foundation. This is a uniform load, and this is a mesh generated. This is the first output, and then this is the deformed mesh after calculation. So this is a deformed mesh that due to the load, how much is the soil deformed? That is showing here. And then this is the total displacement, and this color coding is given by this. Also the contour is there with this option, and this arrow by this option we can check. So here is the showing the total displacement. And then this is the effective principal stresses given here. This is the another output, effective principal stresses, and the final is the curve. So curve also we can find with this software at the last for getting the, this is the curve between this pore water pressure versus the time, the P axis versus time, and same we can do for the load versus settlement or load versus displacement curve, right? So this is all about the introduction about the Plexus. Now we'll move to this small live demonstration of the Plexus interface. Okay, the question we'll take at the end. Okay, so this is the interface where we have the start a new project, open existing project. So we'll click on the start a new project. So here we can write the input. So if we write the try, and in comments you can put the comments also. So in the next we have a model, where in model we have two things are here: plane strain, asymmetric. So asymmetric is when we have symmetric in the both side. Means if we have 4x4 of foundation, and then we want to make one side of that 2x2. So asymmetric model we can. And if we are creating hole, then plane strain we have to put. Elements are there, like 6 noded and the 15 noded elements are there. So if we go with the 6 noded, so in 6 noded the nodes are very large difference, so we cannot get the clear picture. But if the 15 noded we have provided, so it is, even we require to run this software at least 4 GB RAM and i5 processor. That is enough for running of this software. So as you increase this 6 to 15 mode, so calculation will increase. So calculation will take time. Units are there. These are the default units in meter, kilonewton, time in day. You can change accordingly. Sometimes it different countries, they are using the different units. Somewhere it is using other than this meter to feet, and forces kilonewton to this is lbf, right? So we can use a different, and then contour we can provide that accordingly how we require the like if I provide this x direction is on this side, this is the 12, and y direction is upward side, this is the 8. Okay, if I keep it same, then this constant, this we do not need to change it. These are the defaults, and this is already same. So when we click here OK, then this is the start by using the borehole tools. So firstly we have to click here on the borehole, so it will be created this type of interface which I have shown to you. So in this interface we have in this side, this is a file from where you can open the new projects, open projects, then recent projects which you have made, then different things are there. This export geometry, project properties. So if you want to change in that input in which we have seen the first dialog box, so we can change again from here, right? So then we have these things from here, we can print also. Then adject is there in soil. In the soil, this is a modify layer. We'll see that what is the modify layer now. Import soil, we can directly import. Show material we have to, when we have creating the soil model, then we have to give the soil properties to that. So that we'll provide from here. So different soil properties are there, like soil and interface, plates, geogrid, embedded beam row, anchors. And for that, if we take the soil and we require the clay, sand, silt, so we need some inputs also. Like in inputs, we require this unsaturated unit weight, saturated unit weight of that soil. Then we require this stiffness, then this Poisson ratio, cohesion, angle of interflexion, xi value, and then stiffness again. And these few things we required, like permeability of that soil, right? And then interface. So these things we'll see when we'll create a one application in the day 2. Then next is soil is there, then design approaches. So this is also this is used for the detailed. Then options are there. Okay, these are not. Then experts. Okay, this is not required. This is help. So if we require manual and something, so we can click on F1, or we can check the manual from here, and easily we can get the manual for this. Like this general information tutorial manual is there. From tutorial we can understand, and we can also create the different applications in this software, like settlement of the circular footing and submerged excavation. These things we will understand. We'll just make these few applications in this software, right? So in help, you can just check these things. Then we have in this, these are the vertical toolbars here. So either you can use from here, or it was given at the center. So when I clicked on this origin, then it's showing the modify soil layer, and we have to create a soil layer here. So if I add the layers, so how much we have given at the starting? We have given at the starting, that is the project properties model. This is x direction is 12 and y direction is 8. So top is the 8, bottom is 0. So when we create it, okay. So this time we are not doing this. We'll do this on the tomorrow session. Today only we are checking the interface only. So we have to create this thing first, and then we create the layers, and then mesh structure is there. From the structure we can provide the different things are there, like create point load, then is a line load, create line displacement, create plate, geogrid, interface, embedded row, then create node to node anchors. Anchors also we can provide. Well, we can create drains, we can create ground flow, then create thermal flow, added beams, then we can create the polygons. Then this is for the tunnels. This is the tunnel, create tunnel. Then loads, like point load, line load. This is the create the point displacement, create line displacement. This is for the this fixed end anchor. Here you can see this is the end to end anchor. This is the create node to node anchor, and here is the this is the fixed end anchor. Create plates, geogrid. This way I was talking about geogrid we can use. Then we can create the embedded beam row, then create the node to node anchors here, then create well drains. This is also we can use, create connections. So these all things are there in the structure. So then mesh generation is there, because mesh will be generated after we will create the structure here, right? So this is the basic about the interface of this software, right? And here you can see ruler is given here. We can check and check from here. Origin, we can check and check from here. Snap to object, snap to grid, and this is the grid. So everything, once you will use this, then it will be the familiar for you. The command is here. So if I providing the line command, either we can start from here to here, or we can also provide here. Means this is from 01 to 91. So if I provide here 0.0, 1.0 to 9.0, so it will be created directly. Command option is using for the shortcuts. So this already we will see in the when we'll create the application here, right? So I think this is already we have done. So here it is. Here it is the this is the new project. This open project direct. These are the shortcuts and save projects, project properties, and then this is the undo, and these are the similar options are there. So easily you can use these. Okay. So I think this is enough for today. So we'll start from tomorrow with the one more application. Okay. So this is the end of the day one, and the topic the covered for today is the general overview, which we have covered. Command recognition, we have seen the different commands, and the day two is the load settlement for the rigid footing. Thank you.